Hi, it's Helen and Wick, and today we're sharing the highlights of our walk to the city built on chocolate. Come with us to Astorga.
As we started our walk from Wayom, one of the things that we proved to ourselves was that the Brierley's guidebook was correct, and that walking into and out of Wayom is not a highlight of the trip, mostly because it's very industrial and urban, and it's just a difficult walk.
It's not well marked either.
And not very well marked. So we would recommend skipping those sections and catching a cab out to the outskirts. The other thing that we found is that there was a lot of highway walking in this section. So we're showing you some of the countryside, but not tons of it, just because it was kind of like walking on a highway through Iowa where there's a lot of cornfields. One of the things, though, that was a lot of fun is we came to a place, and you'll hear the story, of a place where a knight lost his honor, but also found a way to regain it. So you'll see that story on here, and that was a lot of fun.
Okay, so we are where, Wick?
Via Dangos or something like that.
We're kind of like a hostel truck stop
Yeah.
kind of place. And we've been walking past a lot of just stuff that looks kind of like this. Sometimes with the buildings and sometimes without.
Mostly big warehouses.
Mostly big warehouses.
Seems like a distribution center area.
And we're on our way to San Martin.
Yes.
About 6 more kilometers, would you say?
I hope it's no more than that.
So we're in Hospital de Orbigo, and there is a wonderful legend about a knight.
There was a knight who somehow lost his honor. And back in those days, this is 1,000 years ago, you could regain your honor by defending something until you broke so many lances. And so this knight, this bridge we're walking over, he decided to defend the bridge and put a challenge out. And knights from all over Europe came, and he defended it 100 times and broke the requisite number of lances on his opponents, and therefore regained his honor.
So, good story about this bridge. And it's a really pretty bridge.
It is, and so to think about, the bridge has been here 1,000 years too.
Leaving Viares del Orbigo. Young chestnut trees full of nuts here on the path down into the town just before Astorga. There!
There it goes.
Look at that! When you hold the fountain long enough, like Wick is, the water goes into the pilgrim's mouth here at this statue. So cool. We actually took an extra day of rest in Astorga to explore a little bit because it is such a pretty city. And the first stop we had was to go to the cathedral, the Cathedral de Santa Maria de Astorga. And it's beautiful. I don't know that there's not a cathedral that is beautiful in Spain, but it is also beautiful. It has a wonderful museum connected to it in the same building, and it's worth going to the museum to see the craftsmanship, the needlework, amazing documents that are reproductions of actual handwritten documents from the year 974. And it's just, it blows our minds to think that you're looking at something that people created that long ago, and it's so exquisite. So we recommend the museum, but also then spending time meditating and praying and enjoying the beautiful cathedral there.
One of the things in Astorga that is a must-see is the Bishop's Palace. This was designed and constructed by Anton Gaudi around 1900, in that time frame. And it's just beautiful. It's a work of art, architecture, and it's well worth walking through. It was never actually used as a bishop's palace because it was so grand that the people of the diocese felt like it wasn't appropriate for the bishop as a churchman's residence. The other thing that it has is a very interesting museum. So those two things are very much worth your time.
And the craftsmanship inside and outside
Yes.
the Bishop's Palace is just exquisite. So you don't want to miss that and just appreciate the craftsmanship from that time that built
Yes.
it too. The other place we visited as we decided what we wanted to see, kind of touristy thing we wanted to see while we were in Astorga getting rest, they have a museum of chocolate. Well, as chocolate lovers, we couldn't pass up a trip to the chocolate museum. And sure enough, we learned so much more about chocolate than we ever thought was available to be learned. The history of it there in that city. There were so many artisan factories making chocolate at one time that it was pretty much the only industry in Astorga that counted for much of anything. I mean, just very wealthy families resulted from this amazing phenomenon of creating artisan chocolate. And you can still see how it was done in the beginning of that era, all the way up to how it's progressed and is made now. And of course, they have a museum shop where you can buy some of the amazing artisan chocolate, but also all around town there are gift shops and souvenir type shops, all offering amazing chocolate creations.
Yes.
Well, thanks for watching today, and we would ask that if you haven't yet done it, please subscribe and hit the little bell, which means that you will be notified every time we post something. The reason we ask you to do this is that YouTube pays attention to how many people are watching your videos and how many people subscribe. And the bigger that number is, the more they kind of advertise your channel. And we're doing this, we're not making any money out of this. We're just doing it to try to help others who are planning their Camino walks kind of be aware of what's out there and what's coming. And also just to entertain those who have walked like we have, to remember, oh yeah, I was there, or oh yeah, that looks familiar. Anyway, that's sort of fun too. So anyway, subscribe and hit the subscribe button and the little bell button. And until next time, we'll say,
Buen Camino.
Thanks for watching.